Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Shunting Yard this Thursday evening at 8 p.m. We're not out of daylight savings yet, are we? We've still got a few weeks, right?
For now.
Even though the sun has gone to bed at like 7, it's insane.
The clock on my phone says it's 8, so.
Well, yeah, I know.
Okay.
It could be worse. No, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Shunting Yard. Thank you very much for joining us. This week, we are joined by Rob. Say hello, Rob.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
That was pathetic. Where's the enthusiasm, man? Oh,
Hi,
no.
Rob.
There you are. And we are also joined by recurring guest, Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Welcome back.
Hello all.
Yeah, Charlie's third appearance. Are you guys running out of guests? Yes. Yes, we
Yes.
are. Yes, we are.
Third? I'm not on my third yet.
It is if you include Shunting Yard Light.
Yeah, you did the Shunting Yard light.
Yeah,
so
okay.
technically it counts.
Okay.
Technically it counts.
Go on.
Who have we got here tonight? We've got Phil's here as well. Welcome, Phil. Hope you're feeling better after everything that's been going on. Matt's Maritime and Rail is here. Welcome. Aaron is managing to join us. How's work? Oliver Train Walker's here. Yes, let's celebrate 200 years in style. Go somewhere else. We're not going to be stylish about this at all. No, I'm kidding. Stay. We've got AR Productions here. Lukash is here. Jakub is here. Another. Share that of you. No, don't even start me, Jakub. Don't even start me. Max is here. Hello. Oh God, Rob's got a gun, but finger guns this time. Good. Properly. Great Western guys here. RJ's joined us. Hello, RJ. How's the commute home, my friend? They have to have an American on. That's how you know they're desperate for guests. Well, yeah, this is very true, but we're getting there. Derek's joining us. Dan is not here, as you can see. And work is about silent as a grave. Since when are you stylish? I've never been stylish. I've never claimed to be stylish. Never. And Tom's here as well. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us on this lovely Thursday evening. How are you two? How's things?
Who do you want to go first?
We'll go for you first. You're down the bottom for me. You're down there, so.
Oh no. He's
dead. He's dead. No, you're dead. Charlie, how are you, mate?
Oh yeah, I'm obviously doing better than Rob. He can't talk.
I promise you, his mic was working a few moments ago before we started, and it's literally been working. So he's probably just tweaked something.
It's like a Lee Evans moment.
It's just like a.
Yeah, literally. It's because you've got your furry muff now, and it means now that the technical issues have got to move on.
Yes, that's exactly it. I mean, the nail on the head right here. These gentlemen aren't stylish, they're practical. Nail on head, my friend. While he figures that out.
How's that?
What have you been... Oh, there we go.
For Christ's sake, this is going really well.
How are you, mate? What have you been up to?
Not much modelling wise. I haven't even been in the loft, to be honest. Just life in general. Pretty much. That's it.
Oh, okay. Not great then. What about you, Charlie? Any modelling recently?
Other than Sunday, I did an Instagram live, which actually went quite well. I was quite surprised with that. And then just today, I've had some Railtech transfers delivered, which unfortunately don't come out well on the camera. But I'm getting those Saturday morning.
Lovely. Nice. Well, I wish I could say I've managed to do some modelling, but I haven't. My weekend was hijacked by the in-laws, so my office was turned into a bedroom from Friday until Sunday. So, yeah.
I remember you saying...
The in-laws. We do love the in-laws being around. I digress. No. Perfectly fine. And what about drinking? What are we drinking tonight, lads? Rob?
I'm letting the team down, and I'm having Yorkshire's finest tea.
Yorkshire's finest. Oh, could be worse.
Is it laced with
Drinking it
whiskey?
It's not in the right mug
No.
either.
There's no whiskey today.
It's not in the right mug. You're letting the sun down, Rob.
Well, my proper chuff mugs at work. My Emperor's Path mug was up here, but I forgot to wash, and I didn't have time to wash it. So
Why did that pop up in my head and not in Dan's voice, but in Sean Bean's voice? Do it for Yorkshire.
I really wanted to say the other word that Sean Bean is really good at saying, but it's before time.
We're not there yet.
Barstool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barstool indeed. And what about you, Charlie? What about you? What are you drinking tonight, mate?
I am drinking some lovely Beaujolais.
Fancy.
Well, it's not that fancy. He paid £7.50 for it, you know.
Only £7.50. I snub my nose at bottles of wine over a £5.
Lambrini's not. Yeah, Lambrini's not wine, by the way.
I know. Just anything over a £5 I snub at. I myself am defying the gods that be, and I am drinking rum. I bought myself. Yeah, my lovely wife knows that I've been feeling down recently, and saw that rum and various other things were on deal, and said, "Hey, you should go and buy yourself a bottle." So I bought something called Professorado.
That's like something you'd find in Aldi's, a cheap knockoff of Disaronno.
Well, it was bought from Lidl, so it's very possible.
A bit like when they did Rachmaninoff vodka.
Yes, exactly.
Other shops are available.
It doesn't taste half bad. It really doesn't. Aaron's saying James Sparrow was on the bloody rum. Well, I run like that without the rum, so imagine what I'm like with it.
I could just imagine you running down the street now like that. Like,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow mode.
What about you guys? What have you guys been up to recently? So we've got Oliver's been painting an old Triang Ginty into CR blue, lining hand painted. I never want to destroy a model more. Well, let us know how that came out. Yes, I can run. I can run. I'm not going to show you, but I can. Let us know what you guys have been doing modelling wise, and once we get through the news before we move to the main segment, maybe we might just get round to letting you know. But without further ado, shall we get on with what has actually turned out to be a relatively sizable, amountable set of the news.
the news.
The news. The shunting yard at 300 subs is in the news. I mean, did we hit?
We've just hit 300.
We just hit 300. Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you very much for the 300. I know we've been at 299 for the last week.
Yeah.
So whoever you are, Mr. 300, thank you very much. Cheers to you.
Yes. Cheers. Here's the 400.
Remember 500 for merch.
500 for Mankini. Get Matt his Mankini.
Oh. No, he wants a Lederhosen or something, doesn't he? Jockstrap, that's it.
It's jockstrap. Yeah, jockstrap. Okay.
That's
Anyway,
I've gone off
moving
my wine.
on. You've got it. I thought you said it was Lambrini.
No. I think I'd need something a bit stronger than Lambrini to put up with that. Oh god.
Oh god, yeah, we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
So moving swiftly onward to the news.
Massively.
I've chosen a different. You see, I chose a different image this week. We no longer have the Porta Par logo. I got creative.
Turning it up a notch.
By going into Google and going black and white photos.
Black and white photo of steam engine.
So moving forward, we'll go with what might be the biggest disappointment. Looking at this livery, looking at the livery application on this door hinge, we're looking at the Bullion Chocolate Makers exclusive wagon for Rails of Sheffield. You get a luxury chocolate pack and a dapple van, which has some questionable application on there. Probably comes with droopy couplings and axles that wobble.
And rusty, probably.
Yeah, probably rusty as well. Although, actually, on this image, unlike the other tank wagon, you can't see the rust in the promotional image. So maybe it will be all right. Because, yes, you can see... But, I mean, it's a wagon, but it's 1995. So you make your choices there.
I've seen they've taken a leaf out of Tom Marshall's book and included a bar of chocolate in their items.
Well, I mean, that alone has got to be worth a £5.
No, I mean,
depends how big it is, doesn't it?
I don't know if it's not a bullion of chocolate. I will be disappointed.
They'd have missed a trick there if it wasn't.
Missed a trick there. So there you are. We've got some chocolate from Ghana. There you are. So there's your first tipple. Moving forward, we have more food related releases. So there's a Henderson's Relish tank wagon, exclusive again to Rails of Sheffield. Yours for $34.95, and you get a little bottle of relish with it. I think the wagon looks quite good. But
interesting wagon to choose. Yeah, I quite like that.
Interesting choice. It's not your run-of-the-mill tanker, so it's an NSFF. Somebody in the chat can keep me honest here as to when this would technically fit, but I don't think it looks half bad, quite honestly.
You've seen Max's comment.
This reminds me of the packet of crisps for Christmas last year. Yes, you've spotted this week's deliberate mistake. Congratulations. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? This is double O, by the way.
This isn't the first one they've done either for Henderson's Relish. They did, believe they did a van last year, didn't they? So give it a couple of years, you can have a whole Henderson's Relish train. All they need is the really cheap Hornby 040 chassis and put a body on it with Henderson's Relish written on the side. You've got yourself a whole train.
Yeah, you're gonna be laughing. Alfie, I agree. I like the orange on it as well. No one's doing Lee and Perrin's tankers. No, they're really not. So I don't know. I quite like it. I might think about it, but I don't know. I don't like relish. Speaking of,
thing is, if they did Liam Perrin's, if they gave you a wagon with a little bit of Liam Perrin, at least that's freaking useful. You can put it on your cheese and toast, can't you? You can put it you can put it as an ingredient.
This is true.
You'd actually use it.
Before we talk about this, so Tom's asked if the shunting yard released a custom wagon, what food would you give it away with? I mean, it's cheese.
Black Bomber.
It's cheese.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Gotta be.
And it's Stilton or Wensleydale.
No. If you're gonna have cheese, you have something with flavour, James. You don't just go with a box standard. Otherwise, you might as well just go for mild cheddar. Come on.
Somebody got it.
Yeah.
Evening Redhampton, or is it Reedhampton? Redhampton. There are many ways of reading this. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I was expecting Cornetto to be. No, that's copywritten. Yeah, Wensleydale. Wensleydale would be perfect. We're digressing already. So, if the 00 version doesn't tickle your fancy, there are also 009 and N-Gauge offerings with some quite fetching box fans. I quite like the 009 version.
Everything looks better in 009. Genuinely.
Debatable. Thank you for clarifying that. That actually helps me a lot. Novelty wagons are best when they have beer logos on them. Could not agree more. I need more of them.
Or whiskey.
Just alcohol in general.
just alcohol in general.
With a small sample of whatever they're trying to put with it, whatever the name is on the wagon.
Except for gin. Those wagons.
Don't do gin.
Those wagons. It's funny. My mother asked me what I wanted for Christmas this year because she knows we're coming home, and I slyly suggested maybe she could get that train pack.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I'm not paying for it.
You just have to suffer having them.
I mean, I have to suffer having them, but at least I'll have the set. No, I slowly suggested don't buy anything. Anyway, so if you want these, they're $27.95 for the 009 version, $21.95 for the N-Gauge version. I quite like these, but they are exclusive to Rails of Sheffield, so go and grab while you like. And yes, Matt, no NG7 or O-Gauge because they always get left out in these things, which I think is diabolical, personally.
I do too.
So there we are. Rob, what's this?
That's a Quarry Hunslet in 009 gauge.
That's original.
Who could have guessed we were going to get another Quarry Hunslet from the Bala Lake Railway announcement? Yeah, so a few days ago, last week or so, it was teased. The Bala Lake teased something along the lines, and instantly people around the UK were saying it's going to be a Quarry Hunslet. It's not going to be something actually people want. It's going to be a Quarry Hunslet.
I was the only person who hoped for an NG7, a Drury Bagley diesel. But obviously it was always going to be a Quarry Hunslet, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Because that's all they have there.
It's becoming the Flying Scotsman of 009.
It's the only... Oh, don't. Why did you say that? Oh, you've just ignited a fan base. No, I'm sorry.
You know what they're saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
if it's not a Quarry Hunslet, it's not worth it. No. No. So I think this was slightly obvious. Nobody didn't see it coming. It does look nice. I'm not gonna lie, but it's another Quarry Hunslet. Maybe they could have done a little bit better. But I don't know. If you want it, it's $154.95 recommended retail price. George B. There you are. Any thoughts on this?
It's clearly been missing from the 009 range, and in fairness, apparently this is only being sold at Bala Lake as well, and I believe they're getting a cut from it as well, from any sales. So I'm all for that. I think that's brilliant to do exclusives that way. Whereas proceeds go towards a good cause, because I think Bala Lake are going to be putting all the money from this that they get from these locomotives to building their extension into Bala, so I think that's fair game.
Yeah. No, I kind of like it, and I think that getting an income for it and being exclusive to their website is a good thing. So props to them. All up for keeping an eye on heritage and keeping it going.
Absolutely.
Now we move on to the larger things that have been announced. So the Bachmann announced the Caledonian Railway 439 class 044T in 5 different liveries, and there's also an exclusive for locomotion available through Rails of Sheffield. I think they look quite smart. I think it's about time. A nice Caledonian tank. Hilton's wallet is screaming again. It's like they've been looking at him going, we can pull this South African dude's wallet apart, and there you are. And
he's watching the wedding fund dropping slowly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Captain credit cards coming out.
Indeed. Oh, I'm seeing some fighting words in the chat. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Bachmann will leave some Scottish locos for us. I like that. So there you are. So the 439 is coming. We will share any of the 3D prints, engineering samples, livery samples, etc. as and when they come out. If you want it, $184.95 DCC ready, $294.95 DCC sound, and $324.95 sound deluxe. Now, I want to know what the sound deluxe is going to be for this.
Auto
is
and
it going to be? Why? I mean, it's going to. It has to be. I mean, they can't call something like Flickering Firebox deluxe sound.
No,
So
because
it
that's
has to
standard
be
on a lot of
auto
things
uncoupled.
now.
So it has to be auto uncouplers unless there's some other feature that they're going to announce with it. But I would be very interested to see that. Yeah, exactly. It's the auto uncouplers, which
Which is going to look really odd on that, especially on the front, because they are quite sizable things, aren't they?
Yes.
And I know they were quite clever with the 8F and just put it on the back, but that seems a bit cheeky to then say, look, you can have an auto uncoupler, but it's going to cost you, I don't know how much it is, 30 quid more.
Yeah, exactly. So there you are. If you want one, Rails of Sheffield. Moving forward, we've got some 3D prints from Rapido of the G Class 440. I think this looks quite tasty, honestly, especially looking at the buffer beam detail and the handrail detail and everything. It looks really nice. I don't know. Any thoughts on this? There's not really much we can say on this. I'm looking forward to seeing the engineering samples, see how much, how weighty and how meaty it's going to be. But it looks phenomenal.
The tender looks huge.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
But it looks perfectly in tune with the locomotive. At least all the lines flow. I think the loco itself, it looks absolutely brilliant, and it's going to look even better when it's painted samples. And there's going to be a lot of these that are obviously going to be turned into Edward, but you Scottish modelers are going to have to get used to it, aren't you?
It's a pity this is going to happen, isn't it? Evening, Stephen. So yeah, this is the G class. We've also got the beautiful U class 3D sample. This is phenomenal.
Agreed.
It is absolutely phenomenal. I'm very, very looking forward to seeing this come out. Look at of course you've got the intricate detail up here, but they've got some of the residue left over underneath the whistles and everything from the 3D print. But otherwise, it looks absolutely fantastic. Look at the valve gear, how beautiful that's come out.
100%. That looks
so.
I think it is definitely the southern region is crying out for some.
Is this foreshadowing? Is this foreshadowing Rapido's next year? They've done they've done quite a bit of Scotland, and now they've jumped in and done the U class. Does that mean we're going to see a slight shift?
I don't know.
To some SR.
They might, but I think
offerings.
the southern are relatively well covered as it is, especially in the Pacifics. They could go into the more niche things.
Exactly,
Because they haven't done a schools class in God knows how long, have they? I think it's old Hornby tooling still for the schools class.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still like a plastic running plate. That.
Yeah, so they could. It wouldn't. I can't imagine. I can't imagine a schools class is far off if they've done the U class, because there's not a massive difference.
LSWR it is. Yeah, so there's the U class 3D print, and then I believe the last one we have on here is the Loch class 440 as well. Another beautiful, beautiful looking locomotive. This one probably isn't going to get turned into anything, but I love this cab. I really like this cab style.
Now, Hilton needs to get one of these and call it Lochton Roman.
I mean, I think he's ordered several.
Yeah.
I think he's ordered several. I think this is one of the other locomotives that he's ended up going, well, fudge, I need all of them.
Give me all of them.
Yeah. Give me all of them is exactly it. I have to remember now what's coming up so I don't go too far. So moving forward, we've got the Rapido Sirdar and WD Wagon engineering samples. I know these were roaming around on layouts during Rapido RailX last weekend. By the way, if anybody was there, let us know how it was. I've heard it was a good weekend. We've had some lovely images of things come through, and of course, some samples and things. So let us know how that is. But I think this looks fantastic. It's nice and dinky. It's about the right dinky it looks. Max throwing this. Get out.
That's a dad joke right there.
Yeah. It's fine. He can stay. So yeah, what do you guys think? These look great.
I think a decent large range of wagons has been something 009 has been lacking for a while, especially with because most narrow gauge railways use the same chassis for literally everything on their railway, and that's what Rapido have done here. Is they've got the same chassis just with different things on top of it, which I think is just so good. And the Sirdars look absolutely exquisite too.
Yeah, I really like them. I need to hurry up and figure things out.
I need to poke Dan into making it an NG7, don't I?
Yes,
Come on, Dan. Come on, mate.
And then I believe this is the last thing that I have on this list, and people can let me know if there's anything else that we've missed that has been put in, because there probably is. There's some decorated samples of the upcoming Evo coaches. I think these look fantastic. I really like this LMR breakdown as well with the army plate. This blue is absolutely gorgeous. This teak is, I'm guessing it's teak, or is it just supposed to be wood It's wood panels. It still looks lovely.
It does. Looks really good.
And I've not put the RRP here, so this is mistake number 2. But I'm looking forward to these. I am still hopeful I might be able to find some money to pick some up, but I don't know if any of them are actually in era. I will have the 517 from Dapol at one point with the green and Indian red frames, so I might get away with 1 or 2 of them as a short rake, but we'll see. Hey Peachy, thanks for joining us, mate. Absolute pleasure
Chris.
to have you. Just mucking about with photos for the people who are 200 thingy. Yes, avid that, isn't it? And I believe that's all the news we have. No, this came up at the last minute, didn't it?
That's such a cool set. Genuinely,
this is it. So this is the recently announced Kato N-gauge TGV South to East EMU. I'm guessing, that's Sud and Est. Yeah, that's French for South and East, I think. I can't remember. So, this is a newly tooled version of the TGV. I believe Kato did one very, very long ago. And now they're updating it to 1980s condition. And now they're making it so that you can have a full 20 car set. So beforehand, the power cars on either end, you were not able to couple anything to them. Now, supposedly, these front sections are completely removable so that you can couple 2 sets together and run a full 20 car rake. So as part of that, you can buy the 5 car power set for £235. There's an add-on set for 165, and you can buy a 10 car power set for 395.
That's really good for 2 locomotives and 8 coaches. That is really good.
I didn't read into it. I read that there is a 5-pole motor being supplied, but I didn't see evidence of whether or not both ends will be drivable.
All right, well, that's still pretty good for 1 loco and 9 coaches in N-gauge, to be fair. When you look at the prices of things at the moment.
So there you are. So you engage people. Yeah, see, I thought I was right, Oliver. See, my secondary school French seems to be sticking with me. So I absolutely love this. I think this is great. I think it's a good price for a 10 car set, let alone a 5 car set. So big up you engage people.
As long as you model in France, yeah.
Yeah, so if Kato can do a TGV, can they do a 225 pretty please? Well, why not do something like a Eurostar?
They have done the Eurostar.
But have they done a 10 car powered set at £395?
No.
Of a Eurostar.
They haven't. But someone did a shuttle as well at some point, didn't they? I'm not sure. I can't remember who did that.
No, who's going to buy a TGV? Exactly. So
it'd look great on Moorwood. It'd be a proper tail chaser, wouldn't it?
Say, literally be a tail chaser. Do you think you could fit 10 cars on Moorwood?
It'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll have to wait for. We'll have to move on and wait for him to answer that one.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna stick. So there you have it. That's this week's news. I'm pretty sure I've missed something. So if I have, let us know in the Discord, and we can, we'll see what's going on. Be warned. The next news section we do could be heavy depending on what is announced in the next week or so, considering we're not around next week. So be warned, we'll try and get through it. Let's have a look at, we've got 2 sets of modelling things. So modelling wise, been so burnt out, I ran a train for 5 minutes, made a reel, turned out to be my best performing reel so far. I'm proper chuffed. Is that your Deltic one, or was that the one after the That's the one after the Deltic, isn't it? SBJ's favourite locomotive. And then Aaron, latest modelling, was doing mass scenic repairs and updates to the local club. Their 40th show is at the tail end of next month, so making scenes tell a story. Lovely. Looking forward to seeing stuff about that. Let us know if you're going to do a video on that, Aaron. I'd love to see that. So, episode 27. Yeah, it might just be an entire news stream for all we know. We might get absolutely bombarded by stuff, so be warned. So, moving on to the main topic. As you are probably aware, that's been shoved down our throats for the last 9 months. There is a special occasion coming up this weekend on the 27th of September. It will mark the 200th anniversary of the Stockton and Darlington Railway opening for paying passenger traffic, which is pretty significant, I think. Don't you guys? Like, 200 years is a bit of a long time. I mean, unless you're American.
Just a little bit. To think what it was then to where we are now with railways, it's quite a massive shift.
TGVs. We've gone from the Stockton and Darlington 200 years ago to a TGV. That's great. No,
you've got the new HS2 trains are being developed as well, which are going to be the fastest. Well, going to be, the fastest we see in this side of the world, anyway.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to go from A to B. They're going to go from almost A to almost B.
No. They'll be going to Euston to almost B.
Euston.
So you're going from A to somewhere over in the Midlands. Not quite going north. They'll do it quickly. They'll do it quickly.
Is it more to get away quickly from Birmingham?
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah.
Will it be? Will it be quicker? Yes.
We'll see.
So this is the news. So this weekend there is a special event where they have a replica, a working replica of locomotion number 1. Will be travelling up sections of the Stockton and Darlington for viewers to come and see. So if you're in the area, go and see it. Might not happen again, but it's a special occasion, so why not? I'm not flying over. Bit far for me to go at short notice. Either are you two going doing anything special on Saturday for Rail 200?
No. Sadly not. Me and Charlie were talking the other day. I was thinking, we're going to go to the Telford Steam Railway, aren't we? Because we thought it was going to be their good. In my mind, it was their goods weekend this weekend. Which is when they should have really done it. But I'll hold judgment. And and then it turned out they were running a pacer. So that event is actually next weekend. So me and Charlie are going next weekend.
That we are.
So we're I'm not doing anything. I'll probably just be up in the loft playing trains, maybe.
I will be doing exactly the same, except I'll be doing it on Instagram and I'll be doing it live.
Ooh, fancy. I'll try and join that. So there you are. Well, none of us are doing anything. This is our Rail 200. This is it. This is how it's... Cheers. 200 years of the railway.
Oh, we got any party poppers or anything? Shit.
No.
We should have brought some.
Bang.
Pop.
There you are. Done. Oliver's going to the Avon Railway. Glad to be celebrating. Yes. Yeah. I
Good
think
lad.
it's absolutely massive. Massive celebration. 200 years is something to be proud of. But we're not here to talk about the one-to-one railway, because there are other people that do that. We're here to talk about the modelling side of things, which, I don't know, some people could say that there have been enough offerings. Other people could say that it's been lacking in that department. Let's do straight off the bat. High-level thoughts. How do you think the announcements that have been, the things that have come out or are coming out in celebration of Railway 200 have been? High level. Honest opinion. Lacking. Okay.
Opportunity improvement.
I think room for improvement, needs improvement is a
diplomatic way of putting it.
Yes.
Pre-watershed way of putting it.
I thought this was a drinking stream. It is a drinking stream. We're going to have to start doing a drinking game every time someone says, I forgot
Tom Roll
in the drink.
Oh, bugger.
There we are. Tom Roll is the new safe word. So, yeah, I think it's been a little bit. Lacking. Yeah, Aaron also agrees it's been a little bit lacking. There have been some offers from one particular manufacturer more than most, and we'll get into those in a few. Irish Pete is.
I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. We're not getting into this debate.
We'll get into those models in a few seconds. We've just had a question from Redampton. Since it's Reading and Southampton, it's Redampton, not Engage.
You almost sounded like a Brummy when you said that.
Redampton. Well, it's from the problem is both of those places are from my neck of the woods, so I should get it right. So, do we really consider the Stockton and Darlington Railway the true first railway? Many say it should be the Liverpool-Manchester. If so, you see. So the thing is, the Liverpool and Manchester is technically the first commercial railway because it ran goods, and it did run passengers on the opening day and several days in the wagons, and they had certain wagons that were made up to look like coaches. But the Stockton and Darlington is acclaimed as the first paid passenger ticket selling passenger railway in the world, or at least in Britain in the world. So that's why it's such a big thing. Any additional comments, lads? Before Dan ultimately jumps in and says something and tells me I haven't
magically appears on the stream and corrects everybody.
Yeah, exactly. He likes to do that occasionally.
Where it started isn't really relevant, is it? If it's the first fair pass carrying train, doesn't matter where it is, it's where it starts. Nobody cared about where it started then, because they bunged it in somewhere where, they just built a railway and decided, and they thought, do you know what, we can charge people for this, and it just happened to be the Stockton and Darlington. You just got to get over it.
You had to be there.
Exactly.
Literally. Yeah. So I think I understand the comment here. So S&DR was the first public railway, i.e. not owned by private industry. See, there you go, see? A railroad. Don't you start with your Americanisms, Max. We're going to save that one for later. So there you are. That's the slight history, very slight history of the Stockton and Darlington. There was a celebration in 1925 to mark 100 years, and we'll discuss a little bit about that later on, and I'm sure Max will mention something later on. But otherwise, a quick thing here. So, gentlemen, what are your predictions for the remainder of Rail 200? I don't think there will be much, honestly. I don't think much is going to get announced between now and the end of the year, let alone this weekend. Quite
We
honestly.
we are waiting on the Backman winter announcement, so that's due soon.
I still think it's too late.
It might be, but all it needs is for someone to announce the inspiration train, and I think that would probably, because then you've got your early examples, right? You've got your era one locomotives that started it all, but then the inspiration train will obviously be the right up to date one, won't it?
Yes, so I will. We'll get to the inspiration train later on, because I think that is my disappointment. But we'll cover that later on.
Well, Hornby are great at doing re-liveries, so why not? You know, it'd be easy for them.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. No, I don't see anything. I don't see anything coming up. Charlie, any thoughts? Any predictions?
No, I think once the date's passed, it'll wind down and they'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, which I don't know what the next thing is.
Rail 300.
Oh no, there has to be something else. There has to be something else, please. So, without further ado, let's talk some models for Model Rail 200. So yes, there were some things that were announced, but before we talk about things that were announced, I thought we'd have a little bit of a discussion about how the model community has been engaged for this momentous occasion, because we've had instances like the Great Gathering. You know, there's a lot of we've got the inspiration train, there are documentaries being made, there are movies being made. Only this week there were 6 buildings connected to the railways that were marked as listed, which is a fantastic bit of news.
Big up the L&B.
Yeah. But yeah, rail 225 in our case. Yeah. Max. I've lost my train of thought now. No, so we've had some one-to-one stuff happen, but there hasn't been much model stuff, you know, model events, model things. The only one that springs to my mind is Pico, who jumped straight in the bat with the Rail 200 competition, which some very known personalities within the hobby are partaking. You know, we've got Tim, Chris is also partaking. We've got James and his lad from Westall Signalman are partaking. There are many people that are taking part of this, and I love it. I think this is absolutely great. This has been engaging for the community, and it's just another thing for modelers to do. You know. Can
I just say, if you haven't seen Finbar Engage, Stephen's version of this in Engage, my God, he's done such a good job on that, and so has Chris as well. I've seen his, and that Z scale one that Tom Marshall's done. Holy shit! Genuinely,
it's T-gauge, isn't it?
Is that's smaller than Z, isn't it?
It's smaller than Z. It's bloody tiny.
Oh no, it's blooming ridiculous what people have done on those boards.
So
absolutely amazing.
Some of the things that have been coming out have been absolutely brilliant, and I cannot wait to see the entries. I really can't. And honestly, from some of the people that I've seen, I couldn't call it. You know, the level of modeling I've seen has been absolutely insane.
Well, I think once really you've actually seen the results from it, we will probably feature that on an episode, won't we? Showing off some of the results from the whole competition, because
I would like to. I think it's important.
Yeah, there's going to be some proper dark horses in this competition, because there's a lot of people who haven't made any of their efforts public yet.
Yes.
So that's going to be very interesting to see.
Definitely.
Charlie, have you been doing one secretly?
No.
Just track on a board, isn't it, Charlie?
I'm too busy just playing trains. I'm in a little world, honestly.
Good man. Good man. So yes, this is the Rail 200 model competition. I have not entered, and honestly, I kind of regret not doing it, and I wouldn't be able to do it now and get it on with. So there you are. But I'm looking forward to seeing what other people have come up with. If you have entered into the Rail 200 model layout competition, we would love to know. If you're trying to keep it secret, we'd love to know when you've submitted it and you're happy to provide pictures and things like that. please throw them in the Discord or reach out to us if you're happy for us to share them on the stream. We'd love to be able to do that. Max has had a look at the entries so far with winky eyes. Yes, we know. Was this your idea, Max? Were you involved in this?
If it was, you're a genius.
Don't stop doing these things. Really don't stop. It's these kinds of competitions and things like that that I think really stirs modelers to think outside the box and think of new
creativity
things, and embolden that creativity, and also bring in the younger generation as well. I've seen quite a few modelers who have brought in younger siblings and things like that and introduced them to the hobby through this. I've seen a few things on Facebook groups where younger modelers are sharing their things, getting advice from the older modelers on how to do things. So it's been absolutely integral, I think, for keeping the younger generation interested in the hobby. So props to Pico for ringing this out, for sure. Shall we go to the first set of stuff?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, it's a bit bright. So, Hornby, as usual, have been at the forefront of marketing for an event and have come up with several things in their line of things that they've already made that they can squeeze some more money out of. Including this.
It's wonderful.
It's a beautiful innovation. You know, they made a wooden plinth with some Code 100 track on it. That's what they did.
Where's the tumbleweed?
That's what they did.
That's proper original.
Am I the only one that finds the Flying Scotsman in the background funny? Well, no, because I thought at some point we were going to have to include it, so I wanted to do it on this stream, and then you'll never see it again.
Be cast into the fires of the shunting yard.
Yes. Oliver, it's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck with your exam tomorrow. Let us know how it goes. Happy Rail 200.
Good luck, mate.
So yeah, this is the birth of the railways, quote unquote. Train pack, I think you could call this, with the S&DR locomotion number 1, the LMR rocket, and the LMR Lion, with a plinth saying Rail 200 on it and some plaques. So this is the actual running locomotives that they have created, but not the special edition locomotion number 1 that they created, which I think is an interesting choice here. So in the next slide, I'll show you briefly because we'll talk about that in a second. They did do a special locomotion number 1 with a placard of 1825 in S&DR written on the tender, but it's lacking on this Birth of the Railways pack.
Was it
quite odd?
Was it the one with the wooden cladding that was the original? Was that the remake?
I believe I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going. That plinth will be collectible one day.
It will be.
It's very
it probably will be.
Hello, train guy. The news, essentially.
The news.
The news.
Let's start again.
I mean, this. I don't think it's bad. You know, I think it will sell, and I think it's not.
It's nice if you're into that kind of thing.
If you're a collector, you'll collect.
If you're a collector, yeah. That's exactly it. And I think
if you're a modeler,
aimed at.
If you're a modeler, you will already have each one of those locomotives before this set was released.
If that's what you're doing, if you're modeling Era 1 or Era 2, and this is what you're going for, you will probably already have these because there's not much on offer. And the fact that it's coming out with a specific plaque, I think it's not a it's not a bad word to customers, but it's like, hey, we can capitalize on this, which is fair enough because a company's got to make money. But I think a little bit, yeah.
At least it's not a Beatles set.
I mean, this is true. We could have got a Beatles Rail 200 thing, and that would have just blown my absolute mind off.
I can totally see the reliveried Class 66 is coming out at some point with the Rail 200, logo on the side. It's got to happen at some point.
maybe that's the thing that will come out in the winter thing.
Yeah, maybe.
What's the bet that Hornby do it?
Well, it will be Hornby, won't it?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
It will be Hornby.
In their super tat range.
In their super tat range, yeah, which has been recently debunked. So, in conjunction with this, and as I mentioned a few moments ago, they've also released as a separate product this limited edition locomotion number 1 1825 locomotive with a nameplate, placard, and S&DR on the tender. Which, I mean, it looks all right. I love the motion of this thing. I think it's absolutely fantastic marvel of model engineering that they've been able to do it. You know, I think it's fantastic.
Oh, 100%.
But why is this not part of this set?
It makes complete sense for it to be in that set.
This limited edition, potentially collectors, that might be worth a lot of money in the future. The only reason I can think of is money.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because now
money.
collectors will buy this and now have to go and buy this.
Yeah.
And
it's a marketing strategy. That's all it is.
I might be completely wrong, and people, you're welcome to disappear if you disagree with me. But I genuinely think this is down to market. Yeah, simply double dipping and trying to make profit, which is fair enough. You need to make profit. But don't pull the wool over our eyes. Do it as one pack and make the pack more expensive. Because you know it's going to sell and you know it's going to be a collector's item. People are going to be willing to pay the money for it.
If you know, people pay good money for collectible items, so just put all the collectible items in one box, at least to start with. And after Rail 200's gone, maybe release this as a separate thing then.
Yeah.
But, you know...
It does seem odd to release it twice.
Yeah. That's what twigged me about it.
There's only one locomotion. Why would you want two?
It's not like you can pop the box transfers and renumber it, is it?
I mean, technically there's two. Yeah, but they're both called locomotion.
Yeah. Hornby tried that before, and I think it backfired a little. Well, there you are. So there you are. They learn from their mistakes. So that's the era 1 stuff, and then we move on to more modern day stuff with this horrendously open frame bogie, which I don't think is prototypical, but that's just the tooling. So this
very
is
open frame.
Very open frame indeed.
You wouldn't want to hide behind that.
I mean, you'd be screwed, absolutely screwed. So this is now I have to look at my notes here. This is the Class 395 in Southeastern High Speed livery. And it's got a Rail 200 motif on the side, which by the looks of things has all modern buildings. Maybe there's a church there that might be. And it says Rail 200 on the window. But otherwise, this is the first bit of real one-to-one stock that has been turned into Rail 200. So I'm sure this is selling, and I'm sure that everything is fine. I mean, the detail looks fantastic, but this is original tooling that they had that they've just added the new livery to, which was bound to happen. So I don't think it's a step in the wrong direction. We can complain about the underframes and the lack of as much as we like, but it has to get around radius 2. So they had to be open.
Yes.
There's not really much else to go on with this, honestly.
It's an EMU, isn't it? It's one of those. It's older tooling. They've re-liveried it to make it more relevant to this year. It is what it is.
Charlie, any thoughts on this?
Tat. Sorry.
Honestly, I agree. But the thing is, it had to be done. It had to be done because it's an actual livery of an actual locomotive that is on the network.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, there might be people that this appeals to. It just doesn't appeal to me because maybe I'm old and decrepit and need to be in a slimmer frame or something. But I can see the appeal to it, and I just hope that people that get them, that they look good. I mean, they look okay from the from the image there, but I hope that when people do get them, they aren't disappointed.
Yes, I think that's my hope, is that people aren't too disappointed with it just because they're being charged more for a livery.
And it's probably a different running number as well to what's currently in the range, so it'll add either way to someone's collection. So it's an addition to someone's fleet. It's nothing special, but to the people who run Modern Image, it might be something special purely because of the different running number. So
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so as well. I don't think this needs any comment. Every year, Hornby do a wagon that is tat. And this might be the tattiest.
They're hiding all the steampunk range in that wagon, aren't they?
Hang on, that might be the same tooling, just with NEM pockets. Like, genuinely. It's supposed to be a is this supposed to be like a tarpaulin that's being pinned? It's all crinkled and it's got the texture.
Oh, Chris is getting excited in the chat, look.
Lorry trailer, to be fair.
Like, yeah, I mean...
I expect to see like a Leyland Daft lorry on the front.
Right? and this is the thing, Tom. They already did a 2025 wagon. They announced it last year as part of their announcements. So this is a specific 200 that they've tooled up specifically for, well, they haven't tooled up. They've nicked the tooling from elsewhere. But I mean, look how far away these brake blocks are.
Do you get curtain-sided vans like that?
In Europe.
Is that O? Is that double O? Is that T?
This is double O.
TT?
This is double O. Wow.
Yeah, there's horrible decouplings on it.
The classic vented curtain-sided. No. This is the Immigrant Special 200.
Oh no.
No, so I mean, I think this is definitely this is probably my worst pick of what has been pulled out.
The ultimate tat.
It's the ultimate cash grab, isn't it?
Comment. It is the
It's
ultimate.
not even a cash grab. It's just
it's just they've gone. Well, we do this every year, so we might as well do it for this.
You've got to do
exactly
it.
what's gone through.
Super tat.
Sorry, Chris. Sorry.
So I don't know. Has it got sprung? No, you can see the mold lines on the sprung on the non-sprung buffers.
There's a certain YouTuber who'd be furious about that.
He's gonna absolutely love it. I bet he'll do a review of this.
I bet he'll get one. Yeah.
So yeah, this is the A Hornby 2025 Rail 200 wagon, which is probably the worst thing to have been announced. Does it have a Next 18 socket? Probably, because why the frick not?
Yeah, but what? Can you imagine if it was sound fitted? What would it sound like?
Ride it under B.
Yeah. Now, from what is probably the worst offering to what I think is the best offering, which is a lot to say from me because it's Modern Image LNER.
Genuinely,
it's absolutely gorgeous.
When the Azumas first came out, I didn't like them, but they've really grown on me.
Yes,
and in the LNER livery, they look awesome.
It's like a fungal infection.
Yeah, but
really
I can't.
Look, it's an athlete's foot.
Right.
They definitely need to make these in Intercity Swallow because they look sick.
Oh, if they did the Azumas in Intercity Swallow livery, I would be dead, genuinely dead.
I think I'd have to start going Modern Image.
Without digressing too far, so this is the LNER Azumas in the Rail 200 livery, which is also another livery that is out on the network. Say Azuma, I dare you. Azuma.
He wants in a Geordie accent. I can't do it.
That's just bringing a Jimmy Carr sketch to my head, Poopa scooper.
You know what? Aaron,
Not
I think
digressing.
SBJ would do a cracking job of that as well.
I think he'd do a great job of that, but I'm not wasting my money on this to send it for a Swallow livery.
No,
So
no.
this is an active LNER Azuma with the Rail 200 livery on it. So the main car has this beautiful motif of Darlington, driving innovation for 200 years, with the Stockton and Darlington Railway modern logo on it with the Rail 200, and I think this looks absolutely fantastic. And personally, I think this is the best offering that has come out in the model world for Rail 200.
Definitely.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Everyone
And
that
I'm
follows
not a
me knows
modern
I don't
image
do
guy.
much. I don't do hardly any modern image stuff. So, yes, I will agree.
Burke's firing shots in the chat.
That is a hot take. Well, I'm going to ask this now because we are literally halfway through the announcements that have been made for 200. This is literally the halfway mark. What do you think has been the best Rail 200 model that has been announced or made? And let us know, and I'll star the images, and we'll go through them at the end of the stream, just before we close off. Any final thoughts on this beautiful Azuma? Which I never thought I'd say because it's LNER, and I hate the LNER.
They are a worthy placeholder for the 225 sets. There is no replacement for a 225, but they'll do. But they do nicely. Looks wise, I've never ridden in one, but they look the part.
They do look the part.
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of being on a Class 800 from Paddington to Great Malvern, and I can tell you, standard class is not very comfortable.
Shame you haven't got Hilton here because it's a shame you haven't got Hilton here because he's ridden in one of those when he came over last year, so he'd be able to tell us. But
but I have done the journey from York down to London on LNER, and I was lucky enough to be able to book it about 3 months in advance. I got a first class ticket for £68.
What?
Really?
68
That's a steal.
Yeah, I didn't bother with the train line. Fuck them bastards off. They're useless. Just go direct.
Past the watershed, he can swear.
Exactly.
Hey!
Absolutely, 100%. I've been waiting over an hour. I've held my tongue. And I have to say, it was actually first class is what you would expect to be first class. You get given food, hot food on a plate,
Wow.
a glass of wine, complimentary drinks. You go first Great Western, and their idea of first class is lukewarm piss. So very cheese and chive pretzels and some hand-me-down biscuits.
Very standardized.
Yes, it's not. This isn't first class. This is like going to the trolley and saying, "Can I have a coffee? Thanks." Great. So I will admit that the Azumas on LNER are far better than what's on Great Western Railway.
Oh God. Although it is modern image, so that doesn't tickle me.
No, it doesn't.
So there you are. There you are. The hot take has been made. Let us know what your hot takes are. This might be some people's best announcement. This is the Hellion U1 Garrett. So this was announced last year as part of the Rail 200 celebrations. And it does look good. And we've mentioned this several times before. It does look good, and I know there are a few people that are really looking forward to having one. I could not warrant one, but I would love one because they're just beastly. Max is finishing, but so I thought this was.
Getting a bit too excited, is he?
I have to credit Dan. I have to credit Dan with this. Because I had no idea that this was slated as a Rail 200 or Railway 200 release. And actually, it took part in the 100th anniversary or the centenary running of the Stockton and Darlington just after it was built in 1925 in this grey livery. So that's something I didn't know until I was researching for this episode. So there you are.
Amazing.
Hey, Zach, thank you very much for joining us. Who let Charlie in? We did, because we like to let the dogs out occasionally.
The door was left open, yeah, basically.
I think, actually, not a bad way to put it.
Shit, who did we ask to lock the door?
Hilton! No, so the Hellion Garrett, I think this is absolutely brilliant. I still think the Azuma tips it for me, just because of, modern image. It's what new modelers will be after. It's not what new modelers will see, and they won't give a monkeys about this. It's all us old farts that will know what this is. So, what do you?
It's
guys
also
think?
relatable to the celebration. It's actually got something that relates to it, where that doesn't relate to Rail 200, or it's not been involved in any celebrations, etc., etc., etc. So I can see that's where, putting the branding of the Rail 200 logo on there, you can see there's a connection there. There's no connection between Rail 200 and this elongated sausage.
That is exactly what it is. It's an elongated sausage. I love that. So this is the thing, and this is my argument, and people might disagree with me. What has any locomotive that was part of the Rail 100 celebration got to do with being released for the Rail 200 launch? Now, I understand it's important because it was part of that celebration. It was part of but this is 200 years. Like, there might be something else that could have been made. I don't know. The problem is I don't have any suggestions. Ciao, Jakub. Thanks very much for joining us, mate. Appreciate it. So that is a really hot take from me, but that's mainly because I don't know my history around this. So I am happy to take shots and be outed and cast out. Hit me with your best shot. That's to you and to the chat, by the way.
With it being involved in the hundreds, with it being involved in the celebrations when it was first out of the factory, I can see its place. I'm not keen on standard gauge Garretts, but other people are. It's one of those. I'm neither here or there with it. I can see its relevance, but it hasn't played a big part.
Yeah, I get that, and that's sort of why I understand why some of the things were released, and it's only after having chats with Dan and a few other people that I've sort of come about okay, yeah, the centenary might mean something. But Bruce hits a point here, and I'm gonna give you a question for this, Bruce, and the question to the audience as well. With the Great Gathering being done, it must have been planned quite a while in advance, and certain attractions must have been planned quite a while in advance. What that was part of the Greatest Gathering would you have liked to see as a Rail 200 launch?
Can I put in my 2 pence with this one?
Yes, that's the point. That's the point.
Scotsman, Blue Peter, Nigel Gresley, and Tornado in a pack.
All in BR blue.
Why?
No, all in the liveries that were at the show. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have fed Hornby. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's say we should have thrown it at say probably Backman to make a class 99 or something like that in GBRF.
Max is asking you a question. Who would make that pack, Rob?
It'd have to be Hornby because they have all the tooling for all of them, don't they?
Not an A2.
They don't have an A2.
Or an A. Well, yeah, they don't have an A2.
Oh, so it'd have to be a new tooling then, wouldn't it, for the A2? But it's such a shame they've missed out on it, haven't they? It's
I don't know. I don't agree. I'm sorry.
and I genuinely think they missed that trick at the greatest gathering as well by not having all 4 of them together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true.
They're in
true.
opposite places on the site. They should have put them all together, and
They should have been right next to each
A1
other.
through
Yeah.
2-4. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great point.
They could have
that's
done
never
that.
going to happen.
They could have done that with the BR Blue locomotives. They could have done.
Yeah.
They could have done a Manor, Hall, Grange, Castle, King. They could have done so much more with that.
Yeah, as they let all the diesels off where they belong,
I
they
was
could have
gonna
just
say-
lined up all these locomotives, couldn't they? All the
was gonna
steam
say
engines
is-
for
Dan's
Yeah.
quote was, "It was a diesel fest."
it was. They had
And it
so
was an
many
absolute diesel
37s and
fest.
66s. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sheds and tractors. Tractors for your sheds.
Apparently, there was a contract that they couldn't line up an A1, 2, 3, and 4. I would like to know if that is true.
That'll probably be some. There must be something else lined up then.
National
because
Railway Museum, perhaps.
Oh, actually, Bruce, I think that is a great shout. Personally, I think that is a good shout. Considering considering Hornby have a DP1 coming out.
Hornby already have a DP1, don't they?
Well, they've got.
He's in the locomotion collection.
Yeah, but they have there's a special. The 001 is coming out, if I remember.
Oh yeah.
You know, with 200 plates, that could have been a good idea. The issue was politics. Well, I mean, what politics?
Oh, isn't everything?
Most
Yeah.
likely.
Of course it is. Backman by yeah, but but which Deltic are Hornby doing then? They're doing a Deltic and 00.
Yeah, they're doing DP1.
Is it DP1 that Hornby?
Yeah, Backman have done DP1 before.
Yeah. So I was right. Come on, Zach.
Well, Hornby have
So there you
done the DP1 as well, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah, Backman did it a fair few years ago.
There were several things planned, including which didn't happen because they ran out of time shunting on Thursday night. 00 scale Jeremy Vine on a 5-inch gauge train. Yes.
Yes, that'd be.
God,
Tom,
that was great.
Actually, on tracks.
Where's Tom Marshall to get a figure done of Jeremy Vine?
Why not line up 4 most iconic East Coast mainline steamers, or just line up examples of the flagship express locomotives of the Big 4? Well,
Because there's more than just the LNER.
no. But so with the first part, I sort of agree because of where the Greatest Gathering was taking place.
Yeah, they had a Class 91. They had a HST. They had Sir Nigel Gresley or Scotsman, and they had an Azuma. So why not?
Did
They
they
could
have
have
the
done it.
Class 89 as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do think they could have lined up. They had a King on site. They had the the flying teapot.
Yeah. They could have lined up all the big ones of the Big 4. Yeah, that'd have been really impressive.
Lined
That.
up the biggest ones lined up, and I think that would have been absolutely mint to see. Where the hell was the flying? The flying buffer beam was there. The
Was
flying
it?
teapot was. I swear the flying teapot was there.
I don't think it was.
Where was?
I don't think the
flying
buffer beam
teapot?
went.
Yeah, it was there.
The buffer. I
She's
believe the
100%
flying buffer
there.
beam's mid overhaul. Was it?
She was at the SVR like 2 weeks beforehand, and then she was moved specifically to go to Derby.
Yeah, it was definitely there.
She was
Remember
definitely
seeing the
there.
photographs?
Bruce says it was not DP1, it was 55, so it was the Class 55 Deltic, given rail 200 plates. So that maybe makes sense. that could have been an option. No, the flying buffer beam didn't go. I should know I was there. Just James. Wait, what are you calling the flying buffer beam then?
It's the tiny pecket that's the same height as a wagon, as a 7-plank wagon. And the buffers are higher than the smoke box door.
No,
that's what he's on about.
Anything that begins with the word flying is the flying teapot.
Yeah, but it's called it's actually called the flying buffer beam because it's the first thing you see when it comes around the corner, is the buffers and nothing else because it's as high as a 5-plank wagon.
No, I do not know the Muffin Man.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
We're digressing. We're digressing here. So there you are. So Class 55 Deltic with Rail 200 plates is probably the thing. And Greatest Gathering Mr. Low. Considering we weren't going to mention the Greatest Gathering and the one-to-one stuff, we diverged. So let's move back to the real world and go to some more Flying Teapot. The Flying Teapot is the Flying Scotsman. We literally call this out in almost every stream.
It's normally called the Scotsman.
It's usually called the Scotsman.
Money pit.
The flying money pit, yeah. Anyway, moving forward, before we get the flying dustman club, Jesus Christ. So, Bachmann also announced the Railway Celebrations range, which makes up an LNWR G2, a 5700, a Northeastern 3-plank, and a private owner 5-plank wagon. And I mean, it's a set of releases. All of these were involved somehow with the Stockton and Darlington. So the G2 and the 57 in these specific numbers were present at the centenary. And from my notes, the Northeastern 3-plank was synonymous with the Stockton Darlington was taken over with the Northeastern. The 3-plank would have been one of the first wagons to run the line. And then this specific Tarslag 1923 Stockton was a local private owner wagon. So some decent options. I do like the G2. I think it's good. But it's a pannier. You can't go wrong with the Bachmann pannier. I know they're going for ridiculous pricing considering how old the tooling is, and certain YouTubers are calling them out as absolute tat. He says doing this. I don't know what this motion is. Tat. But
Hornby do the same. It's Bachmann and Hornby are kind of under the same umbrella, aren't they?
No.
No.
The Bachmann 57 is a glorious machine. I will stand by it.
I will die on this hill.
Do not compare the Bachmann 5700 to Hornby Tat.
I will agree. I will agree with James on this one. Even though we have got some Acura scale panniers on the way, which we're all desperately waiting for. Damn you!
It'll be New Year. It'll be New Year. It's going to be New Year.
Yeah. Yeah. Boo. Boo. That's what I said. But I've got 2 Bachmann panniers, and they're solid performers. They can haul enough for what they need to do. I think I've had mine do 6 or 7 Bachmann Mark 1s, so they're not lightweights.
I've had mine running a 50 wagon rake.
Yeah, they're great.
Absolutely.
As for slow speed performance, well, that's why you put a DCC chip in it and run it on digital, because then you can get it to do crawling and shunting and things.
Tarslag.
Slag.
Yeah. So I, as much as I disagree with the whole centenary range kind of thing,
I think it's a bit of a sort of a piss fart and a panic, to be fair, which is pretty usual for Bachmann. They sort of come a bit late to the show.
Yes, that's exactly what this screams to me. Is they've gone, oh crap, we need to do something. Let's rebox it and put a new number on it.
And charge a mint for it.
Yeah, although this G2 does look nice.
Yeah, we've got...
The D2s always look nice.
They really do.
Runs really well.
There's something about 4-coupled locomotives I just love.
only recently found out that in the Telford Steam Railway's very early days, they had the D2 there, and it was living there for a good number of years, which is pretty cool.
So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Bachmann's offerings here? Is it enough? Do you think they could have done something more? Do you think they could have took our money with something else, maybe tooled something different, or
they could have put a bit more of an effort in.
The G2 that wasn't LNWR for years somehow is now. I can't think of anything else personally. I think if we're going off the centenary thing and what's currently in their range, I think they picked the right things because they were part of the centenary. You know, the 2 locomotives were part of the centenary celebrations.
They're less tacky than some of Hornby's examples.
They could have done more.
Exactly. That's the difference.
Exactly.
That's the difference between Bachmann and Hornby. Okay, the locos and the wagons are old tooling, but they still look good. They haven't just got an old railroad wagon and put a bit of crap on it and gone, no, look at this, we'll charge you 30 quid for it because it says Rail 200.
And they haven't stuck a Hornby blooming logo on the side of it or something.
Yes. And it's
you
still...
can take both of these wagons and both of these locomotives that are in specific liveries for a specific celebration. You could put them on your existing layout in era and it would fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of sets them apart is the packaging, isn't it? So you're never going to see that unless you're trying to sell it. So you know yourself that it's collectible and it's for this purpose, but anybody looking at your layout would be none the wiser.
Like, oh, that's a nice G2.
Yeah.
I think these are good offerings, honestly. But I really like that G2. Like
they're nice engines.
I'm trying to convince my friend to get one.
Collectible slag.
It's not going well. Collectible tar slag. There's merch right there. Tar slag.
Hilton, get on it. Come on.
And then this is the last slide I have. So this is the last announcement that I can remember off the top of my head. So I'm going to ask you guys in the chat if I've missed anything. But this is I'm going to go with E. It's an E class. I can't remember off the top of my head. This is the one thing I didn't write a note on.
It's a nice engine.
It's a tank locomotive. It's a tank locomotive for the LNER that
ran
during it's a strange class 170.
If you painted that blue, it kind of looks like the Blue Bastard.
It does not look like the Blue Bastard. Don't suggest that. Don't suggest that. So
it might be an E class, but it's not an E2.
It's not an E2.
No.
Thankfully, it's not an E2. So
you'll never get a newly tooled E2.
I believe this is the latest offering for Rail 200. This is the latest announcement from Bachmann that are hanging on by a string of the centenary. So this is another locomotive that was involved in the centenary. It's a quaint looking tank locomotive, and I really like the green and the red livery.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's very
striking.
demographic. It's very demographic based. Well, we have to follow our demographic. That's all I can say.
Look, listen. Merp don't think the North exists, and neither do we.
Hey.
It's not our fault that we're cultured. Not sheep.
We don't have any northern presenters, so you know.
No, we don't. Maybe that's a demographic we need to fix.
Hang on, I'm the most northern out of all of us, including Hilton.
Moving swiftly on. Well, he's
He's more southern than the south.
He's more southern than the south. We're moving on. So yeah, so the announcements at J71. It's a nice looking locomotive, and it's part of the centenary, and that's why it's been made. So I still think this is niche. I still think this is just a niche choice. It's not a collector's choice. They've announced it in other liveries, so it's not specific to the livery that was created for that thing. Whereas if you look at their G2 and the Pannier, these are specifically the numbers and the liveries that were running at the time of the centenary.
They've had to do that to sell them, because people think, oh, different liveries, so they might want one of each. So different running numbers, different liveries.
Exactly. So they're running a main range rather than a special.
Yeah, because you can guarantee people are going to buy the Pannier and the G2 just because they're a Pannier and a G2 with a different running number. Whereas these ones,
I'm genuinely tempted by it.
Get the G2.
We've got the Acuria coming out. No, I can't warrant a G2. As much as I'd love one, I can't warrant one.
You can pick them up quite cheaply now.
Can you?
Yeah, and you get the older ones. I think my brother got his for 80 quid.
Well, don't tempt me.
It's not bad.
Don't tempt me. So that's it. Honestly, this is it. I couldn't see anything else that was announced model-wise for Rail 200. And I must say, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit disappointed with the offerings that have been made up. So I'm curious as to what you guys at Hot think could have been made for the Greatest Gathering. Yeah, Zach, it's all just meh.
Yeah.
I don't think it's aimed at us, though.
No, it's aimed at collectors. It's not aimed at modelers. It's aimed at collectors.
Yeah.
I would have really liked someone to at least make something for every scale. You know, whether it's because they've double O gauge is catered well for this, but not once in there did you see anything in N gauge, TT, O gauge, NG7, 009. It is literally just for collectors. There's no enthusiast in there at all.
It's purely double O money grab. I don't.
What they could have done.
See anything in any other scale.
What I would have really liked to see is like maybe someone making headboards for all the different scales, so you could put them on all your locomotives that you've already got. That'd have been brilliant.
Right, Rail 200 headboards could have been fantastic. You know, so you could run them on your locomotives exactly as you say. You know, something like that. So I don't know. It's been a confusing time for me. We're not over yet. We are still a few months left of the year. We've got the Hornby announcements coming at some point in the next month or so, I believe. The Bachmann winter announcements will be coming soon as well. So maybe we'll get something else. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not hopeful, quite honestly. So before we wrap up, I want to go through firstly some of the things that have come through from the guys. So Oliver was saying that it was expecting more models to be released to coincide with the Greatest Gathering, which we were talking about. Instead, Bachmann gave us an 8F and a J71, none of which were in attendance. Valid.
That's fair.
But
it's fair, but I'm not complaining.
The 8F was needed.
Yeah.
It was needed. So it gets a pass. Aaron's traveling. I don't know why I started this, quite honestly. Tom, there's nothing I would buy. So the only thing I would buy, and that's if Acura Scale hadn't announced the 57, I would have bought the Railway Collection 57. Brand new. I would have bought it brand new. If Acura Scale hadn't already announced it and I hadn't already pre-ordered it, I would have bought the 57. I'm going to wait until that Railway Collection is up on eBay somewhere or on a deal on Rails of Sheffield, and then I'll buy one. You know, because it will happen eventually. Because Acura Scale are bringing them out. so there's going to be an abundance of them. I don't think they've sold well. I can't imagine they've sold well.
I don't think they would have sold well because you can still pick up Bachmann pannier tanks for a sensible price.
60, 70 quid I've seen them go for on eBay.
Yeah.
You know, and I still think about picking up more now because they're great. So, Rail 200 notice boards coppering Merp's idea. Well, no, actually, if you're referring to what Rob was saying, I think he meant headboards, not notice boards.
Yeah, the ones for headboards for the locomotives, so you can put them on the lamp irons and things of your locomotives.
I mean, actually, the notice boards, you know, the line side notice boards.
The ones that Bunter's Yard would be doing.
Well, I mean, yes, but he's done them from Merp. But for Rail 200, that would have been perfect, you know.
Maybe he should cotton on. Maybe I should suggest it to him.
Farish are doing some old P7 wagons for 200, but not yet released, and not specifically Rail 200. Well, are they or aren't they? Like,
if they get released at the end,
are they or aren't they?
If they get released after this year's over, it's pointless releasing them for Rail 200. It's now.
So, question from Rob: what model brand is not riding the coattails of the Rail 200 event? Well, I mean, Rapido haven't specifically announced anything for Rail 200. Accurascale haven't specifically announced anything for Rail 200. Kerno haven't.
Dapol haven't. Everybody except Bachmann and Hornby, I think, isn't it?
No. Bachmann, Hornby, and Hellion, because Hellion have the Garrett. They announced that last year. They were the first.
I think. No, okay, all right then.
They genuinely were the first to go. This is for Railway 200, and that was beginning of last year. So they actually beat everyone to the punch on this. Dapple made Magans for MRM, but not Munch. Were they specifically for Rail 200 though, or were they like these random exclusives that they do randomly?
With a packet of crisps
and 2 pints of lager, preferably.
Yeah.
Okay, wild question for the trio, but what loco would you like announced for Rail 200? So, this brings me on to what I think somebody has already mentioned. Now, this is the inspiration train. It's not a locomotive, but I'm counting it as the answer to this question. They had to know that this was being created not 1 year, but 2 years beforehand. At least.
The designs for the outside of the train would have been done years ago.
Exactly. So why this wasn't collaborated with manufacturers going, hey, like, I mean, these are what mark coaches are these? I don't know modern stocks.
Mark 3s, yeah.
So Hornby make Mark 3s, don't they?
Yes.
So why Hornby wasn't reached out to going, hey, you make Mark 3 coaches. We're doing this special 200 Railway Museum livery.
I bet they'll do it next year.
On Mark 3 coaches. Why don't we do a collab? And so this is the thing, is I think this should have been done before. This should have been the flagship.
Yeah, totally.
This should have been the flagship, the flagship announcement of this real life train is coming. This real life set of coaches is coming. Here's the model for it. It will be launched in conjunction with Rail 200 on the 27th of September, when the actual train starts doing its rounds.
With the two Rail 266s perhaps as well.
The Rail 266s that are moving around with it. It could have been perfect. I agree. I think this is going to come round in the Hornby announcements later on in the year. In fact,
here first.
If they don't do it, it's a complete shot in the dark. It's a complete miss, personally.
Well, this thing's going to be roaming the tracks for another couple of years, isn't it? So it makes sense.
They could have done it in the railroad tooling, but I think they should have done it in the prime tooling. They would have made money on it, not just from collectors, but from new modelers as well, because it's on the rails now. people are seeing it on the network. People will go to it and then go, well, I've been on that and I had fun on that, and I can now go home and build my layout and have that running on my layout.
Yeah.
Which is great, So
it's a decent 5-coach set as well.
And it's a decent 5-coach set. You've got at least 166 sail there, maybe even 2.
Even a pair. Do it as a pair.
Do it as exactly as a pair of Class 66s in the railroad range. So that's the thing I would do in the railroad range, is the 66 liveries, not the Mark III coaches. And you're set there. Personally. So I think they missed a trick here. And honestly, I think I want to go on this if I get a chance, personally, because I think it looks fantastic.
You'll have to see where it is when you come over, because I don't know where it is now.
I will be looking. I will be looking to see where it will be when I do come over. You've got to have all the sheds. You've got to have all the sheds. I'm sorry, I can't deny a shed. What about you two? What do you think? If not the inspiration, what do you think could have been made or should have been made for Rail 200?
Blue Peter.
Yeah, Blue Peter.
Blue Peter?
Oh, it's got to be Blue Peter in that PR blue. It's stunning.
It's fresh out of the box. It was there at the event. It is totally relevant.
Yeah.
Yep. I can understand that.
Anybody should have made it. Anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Not that it bothers me, but I feel I lament for you double O gauge modelers that you haven't got it yet.
So we've got Blue Peter, but it's in green, and I'd love it. I'd much prefer if it was in blue.
Well, who's done the A2?
Backman.
That was Backman.
Oh, that's coming in the winter announcement.
Gotta be.
Gotta be.
It's got to be coming in the winter announcement.
I wonder if Hornby will do Nunny Castle.
Or don't. Because their prices are extortionate.
I already tempted Joe on getting, I think it was a model at Hornby Castle, Wellington, but to renumber it as Nunny Castle, it's got the right tender and livery.
They already have a Nunny Castle. Isn't Nunny they have a limited edition?
Yeah, but it's basically a rehash of their really old, crappy tooling from the 1990s.
Well, yeah, but
just remember, the new Nunny Castle has a different tender now, and it looks whenever I see it, it just looks very Stanier. I think the loco itself.
Right, get out.
Yeah, you get out. Your turn to get out.
Get out and
Max,
go down that loft ladder and just think about what you've said.
No,
Max,
I will not.
Any bloke worth his salt would find a shed an actual shed interesting. Every man needs a shed.
You gotta have somewhere to put your lawnmower.
You gotta have somewhere to put your lawnmower. Yeah. Thank you, Max. Blasphemy.
Yeah.
Absolute blasphemy. How dare you? That's almost as bad as saying that BR
Naturally,
Black is
Aaron
the great.
agrees just because he's
That's almost like saying that BR Black is the best Great Western livery.
Oh no, I don't agree with that. BR Line Green is the best Great Western livery.
Tumbleweed.
I'm going to remove you in a minute. I have the power to remove you, and I will do it.
He's getting that shovel and just digging himself a hole here.
He's just digging himself a hole. He's lucky we're not around next week. So there we have it. Model Rail 200. We've had some pretty abysmal, I think, announcements.
Past watershed now. You can speak your mind.
There's absolute gobshite announcements.
Absolute wank.
Through,
Yeah.
and there's a few that have been quite amenable. I would say amenable is the word I'm going to use, because I wouldn't buy any of them. But it's not so bad. I'm hoping that there are certain things that get announced for the rest of the year, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
If we see Blue Peter, even though I won't buy it, I will be happy, because it's something that should have been made. And I think the same for Inspiration. I think if we see both of them or one of them before the end of the year get announced, it wouldn't have been a bad year for Rail 200 in the model railway world.
Oh, can you imagine if Bachmann announced an N-gauge version of the Inspiration Train before Hornby announced a double O-gauge one?
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Oh, God, now we've started. Now look what you've done. You've started an absolute fire of BR liveries on Great Western locomotives. We're going to have a chat.
And on that bombshell...
We're going to have an absolute chat after this. No, we've got a few questions here. We've got a few questions first.
I just thought we'd leave the dumpster fire.
So Aaron is saying, "Hey Rob, how's NG7 Irish Pete? Drink."
Oh.
It's over there somewhere.
Has the wait drink?
Oh, I haven't got any alcohol. It's not as fun without alcohol.
Oh, come on.
I've been drinking plenty.
You can drink one for me then.
He's mentioned Irish Pete. Irish Pete is the buzzword.
But the thing is, he hasn't said Tom Roll.
Your opinion's not valid. No.
Your opinion is not valid, Stephen. We wanted to invite you back, and that's not going to happen now.
No, you're a swine.
Listen, if it wasn't for all the Great Western engines ending up at Barry, mate, we would have barely any steam locomotives in preservation. We'd only have ones that were left in collieries and working for the NCB.
Divide and conquer, my friends. Divide and conquer. And also, Aaron, specifically, what livery did I order? So I ordered the Great Western livery. So I believe it's 5741. So in Great Western green.
That's what my brother's got or ordered.
And I might also have a certain well-known railway series locomotive ordered as well.
Wilbert.
Oh no, I've got Wilbert on order. Wilbert Audrey is on order, but I meant another pannier.
Oh, duck.
And then last but not least, Aaron wants to know who's joining Shunter's Hut after this. You need to put a space in between that because I almost said Shunter Shut. So who's joining the Shunter's Hut after the stream? So if you're not part of the Discord, go over there and you can join the Discord and share all of your model railway news and come and talk to us and give us your suggestions. So there we have it. Wrapping up what has been honestly a bit of a lackluster. Why am I a sellout? How am I a sellout?
I think, James, I think that was a nice summary of the modelling of this year for given the event.
Given that we haven't been given much,
and we filled an hour and 3/4 with it.
Well, it was an hour and a bit. Yeah, hour and a bit. I really did wonder about how we would be able to integrate this, because it is such an important thing to the railway world. It should have been an important thing to the model railway world. And the fact that some of the announcements have been quite lackluster, the fact that the best thing about it is the Pico Rail 200 competition speaks volumes to me. It
does.
It speaks absolute volumes that being able to engage the community is down to a competition. I know Hornby do their Christmas, they have the Christmas calendar thing and they have the occasional giveaway, the occasional photo op and things like that. But I was also expecting them to do something, to have a photo competition of your locomotive or something. It doesn't matter what it is, but something to get the community involved with Rail 200. So I honestly think manufacturers all round need to take a leaf out of Pico's books and think about ways to engage the community a little bit better, personally. And that might be a hot take, might be a complete hot take on my side. But I
think you're speaking on behalf of all of us here. Mm-hmm. Modelers in general have, the era one modelers have been looked after, and the right up to date ones, but there hasn't been anything that's been specifically made for Rail 200 or at any other scale.
Well, it's not so much that, because when it comes to Rail 200, you are sort of limited as to what you can make. You either make what was available in Era 1, which Hornby have done, and you make special versions of that, or you make what was available at the Centenary in 1925, which is what Bachmann have done. It might have not been everybody's choice, but it's what they've done. And then you have the modern side of things, which Hornby have done. There's just one or two of those bricks that have been left out. And I think that needed to be addressed at the beginning to hype the situation up.
I agree.
Namely, Inspiration or the Class 66s, you know. I
or
think
Blue Peter.
Or Blue Peter. Those as the headline acts of this is the thing, this is what's come out to celebrate this is how we're doing it. Bang. I think that would have been great. So I think they need to take a leaf out of Pico's book and you know, bring up the hype for events like this, personally.
Agreed.
So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Pico have come up with. You know, what some of these modelers have come up with, because if some of the public known offerings are anything to go by, the non-known offerings could be phenomenal. You know,
I've seen a couple of the non-mainstream ones, and they look absolutely amazing.
I know, and this is not bashing the Talaklim, but I know the Audrey Extravaganza entries are not scrutinized before they're made public. But I'm assuming, and Max, correct me if I'm wrong here, there is sort of a screening process going to be in place before certain segments of this modular are announced and shown to the world. So you can already expect the level of modeling to be higher, if that makes sense. So we'll see. I think it's easy to know which Dapo 1400 am I getting? Because I'm not getting a 1400, I'm getting a 4800.
Ooh.
Doesn't mean to say I won't get a 1400 with a specific number, of which you can debate which number it actually should be. But yes, Tom, you're right. Night, Stephen. Absolute pleasure, mate. We'll speak to you soon. In fact, on that bombshell, if there are any final questions or any final comments on Rail 200, please let us know, because we'd love to know your thoughts. And if you haven't got anything at this very moment in time, shout out on the Discord. Let us know on the Discord what you think about Rail 200. If you're attending the Stockton and Darlington this weekend, send us your pictures. We'd love to show them. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Honestly, I'm a little bit gutted that I'm not going to be there. Quite honestly. Try this all again for Rainhill 200. Max, you can lead it, mate. In fact, there you go. There's your project, Max. Oh, my days.
That's a topic.
Aaron, don't get me started. Don't get me started, please.
Right, let's end this before he before you get upset.
He's digging himself a hole here. He's digging it, and I know he's doing it on purpose. I just know it.
There's no fun in it because it's deliberate.
Exactly. It's absolutely deliberate.
It's almost like it's boring now. Try something different.
Come on, let's stop with the Great Western bashing.
We're rising above the situation. I mean, he's somewhere down in, well, we know where he is.
A land down under. Oh, wait, no, the other land down under.
He's further south than Hilton.
He's further south than Convict Land. Anyway, we're digressing here. Lads, any last comments on Rail 200? Or Model Rail 200 as I'm coining it?
For me, it's just passed like a bit of tumbleweed. It's been complete. it's been and gone. There's nothing in there that's gone, oh, that's really sort of piqued my interest. It's just, oh, look, there's another box set there that says Rail 200 on it. Yay.
For me, genuinely, being a narrow gauge modeler especially, and in the niche scale that I model in, nothing has stood out to me at all, obviously. So it's been lackluster, you know. But, you know, Backman might surprise us.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I agree with both. I think it's been absolutely lackluster. I don't think manufacturers have engaged the community as much as they could have, but I don't think it's entirely down to their fault.
No, to be fair, I'm actually grateful that they've not made such a humongous thing of it and just focused on releasing good quality models rather than tat.
Well, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, or enacting good quality models.
Yeah, exactly. I think they've been quite conservative, and rightly so, on what's been announced. But I do think, you know, one or two of these outliers and things have been missed. So we'll see how it goes. You know, here's to 200 years, and here's to a further 200.
Which we won't be here for. Huzzah!
We might be. You never know.
Oh, you know, we might be in a bell jar somewhere. I don't know.
They might perfect Robo Brains before then, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, digress. I want to thank every single one of you for joining us this week. Just a note from us. Again, next week we will not be streaming. We're taking a week to do some reflection.
This is an outrage.
Planning for the next few months. We want to be able to give you good quality content and be able to keep these conversations flowing. So we are taking a week off to have a bit of planning, but we will be back on, let me check my dates here. We will be back on the 9th of October. Rob, off the top of your head, do you remember what topic we're talking about on the 9th of October?
You've caught me deer in headlights.
Health Month. It's mental health month. So on the 9th of October, we will be having a conversation about model railways and their partnership with mental health. So I don't know who's going to be joining that. We'll find out next week internally, and then you'll find out on the 9th. So I'm absolutely amazed. Thank you very much for joining, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Charlie, if people want to find you, where can they look?
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube as Hooterton Model Railway. If you want to join me on Saturday for a live, not sure of what time yet, but I'll post the time in my story as I normally do.
Yes, please let us know. Let us know. We'll get that shouted out on the socials and everything as well.
Marvelous.
Because we love a good live running session from you. We need more shunting. Give us more shunting.
Well, I am planning on moving the camera to a different spot for this weekend, so I'm actually going to use, much to certain people's disgust, I don't know why, 1500 is going to be doing a lot of station pilot duties.
Dan. He means Dan's disgust. That's insight to a private conversation we have.
It was shared on my story. It was literally a request of anything but the 1500.
No,
as a request.
Run that thing ragged like it needs
Oh, it
to
will
be.
be.
Fantastic. Well, let us know when that's sorted, and we'll get that shared on the socials as well. Yes, the SWRSMRX25. That thing. We have a link to it in the description. If you haven't bought tickets already, go down into the description. Really looking forward to seeing what the guys have come up with. Rob, you're going to be in attendance, so you're going to be giving us the lowdown after that.
Myself and Charlie are going.
In fact,
you can't get rid of me. I'm like a leech.
I think we're going to have to arrange Tom and Matt to join us the week after that, so we can have a deep
totally, absolutely. I think that'd be great.
I think that needs to be done. So let's
tag team.
Penciled in. Yes, exactly. But we're digressing a bit. Rob, where can people find you, mate?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook as The Kiln Line. It's short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Love it.
And James, where can we find you, my friend?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and Facebook at The Little Western. Haven't been posting recently because I've been a little bit under the weather, but regularly scheduled program to resume very, very soon. Got a lot of new stuff that's coming in the next few weeks, and quite a few updates that I need to give you guys as well. So thank you very much for joining us, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. I know we've been bending your ear for almost 2 hours now. I've been James, and with me has been Rob. Say bye, Rob. And Charlie.
Bye, Rob.
Say bye, Charlie.
PTFN.
Absolute pleasure, guys. Have a good evening, and we'll speak to you in 2 weeks' time. Take it easy. Bye.